Good morning, campers. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and specifically, welcome back to my Diamond DV20. In Lava Hot Springs, Idaho. Let's just get this thing off the ground here. This aircraft still has some center of gravity issues, so we're going to be real careful on takeoff. Oh, I should probably have announced that.
01 India Delta traffic Diamond November 3, 4 Whiskey Lima, taking off runway 14 departure to the west.
Fly please, fly please. Ooh. Let's retract the flaps. We can go ahead and turn the fuel pump off, bring our RPM back a little bit. I'm excited. I just made a custom configuration for my my yoke and throttle for this plane. Even though this plane doesn't have a yoke, it has a stick, so it would be slightly more realistic to be using the stick. I just don't feel like taking the yoke off, and I like having the 3-lever throttle quad. I did start the... Oops, no I didn't. Action. Start flight. Got it. Whoops. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. There's been a good bit of stuttering in the game since the... Nope, I already had that fixed. Alright, let's also turn off our landing light. We'll leave the strobe and the nav lights on since it's kind of gloomy out. Let's make sure I got the RPM where I want it. That'll do. It's not quite max, but not by much. So what we've got the current throttle quad set to. I don't know if I need to nose forward a little. Trying to trim with a button on a yoke is a lot harder than using this wheel. Hold on, I've still got the wheel. Duh. I can still use the wheel. It's just on my left hand instead of my right, where it should be. Which I hope the Bravo throttle quad's trim wheel is as easy to use as the one on the Thrustmaster TWCS. So we're gonna do kind of a longish flight today. We're taking the DV20. We've got nothing on board. There were no good jobs at that airport, and I really want to get this thing up into Montana. So we're flying over to a city called Blackfoot, which is north of Pocatello. We're going to land there, pick up a little bit of stuff going, or actually one passenger at Blackfoot going to Idaho Falls, which is only like a 30-minute drive up the road, so I don't know why they're flying. But it's fine. And then from Idaho Falls, we'll pick up like 35 kilograms of cargo going to... I have fuel, right? Oh yeah, plenty of fuel. We'll pick up 35 kilograms of cargo that's going to Dillon, Montana, which is somewhere we've been, which is just further up I-15. So, perfect. Get into Montana. I forgot to set my altimeter. Oh, it looks like it was already done for me. Cool. Oh wait, no, I'm on a preset weather because the weather here is like so foggy I couldn't fly. That's right, I remember now. Yeah, so it's just 29 or 9 or 2 for the pressure, which is fine with me. I've been waiting for decent weather to get this airplane out, and it's just been stuck here for ages, so we're just gonna fly on good weather. Because why not? Sure, it's not the most authentic, but I want to get this plane into Montana before other things happen. Okay, fine, I'll spill the beans. I'm looking at some I want to fly around Montana a lot more, so I'm going to try and set up a few FBOs, you know, one at a time, obviously, because I don't have that kind of money in Flight Simulator. But I found a couple of small airstrips that have no FBOs on them in some of the more out-of-the-way parts of Montana. So we're going to set a couple of those up with little, like, single-person jobs pointing to a couple of other airports. Stuff that, the DV20 would be good at. Or, like, Cessna 152s, 172s. The little planes that there's a lot of in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm going to try and aim for those. We're not looking for tube liner traffic here. However, here we go. We're going to pick up I-15 up here. And once we've got 15, we can just carry on towards Pocatello. Once again, navigating purely by eyesight, because that's just what I do. Also, the reason we didn't start cold and dark in this video is just because there were no parking spots at the Lava Hot Springs Airport. So we couldn't start cold and dark. Also, so yeah, I made a custom configuration on this airplane for the DV20, just so I've got as much as possible on switches and axes. So, like you saw, I've got the fuel pump set to a switch, as well as I've also got the battery and avionics masters. I already had the magnetos mapped to a switch. I've got the carb heat is mapped to my mixture lever, and I've got the levers rearranged so they're in that same order that they are on the dashboard, which is cool. So I've got carb heat, throttle, prop in that order on my new 3-axis throttle that I've been flying with. So that's fun. If you are curious, if you want to set the carb heat on an axis on a throttle, it's you want to put the lever being full forward to anti-ice off, and the lever being full down to anti-ice on, which it switches back and forth near the middle of the range, so you don't have to do it all the way, but it works that way. I should not fly into the mountain. Maybe. Everyone say hi to McCammon in my favorite truck stop, or my favorite Flying J in Idaho. Directly out that square window. I would really love this plane to just fly in a straight line with me not having to mess with the controls very much. Oop, that's the wrong direction to be trimming the airplane. There we go. Kinda. Nope. A little more forward. Can't go too high because we got this cloud bank above us. Didn't want to make it too easy on myself. I should probably pick up flight following. 12835. Flight following, please.
Charter 5, 6 uniform, you are 8 miles northeast of Pocatello. Contact Pocatello Tower on 119.1 inbound on the approach.
flight following, please.
Salt Lake Center Diamond November Tree 4 Whiskey Lima is type Diamond 4 miles south of 1 India Delta Niner.
Type
Request
Diamond.
flight following. Charter 84 X-regular 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain flight level 330. Diamond November Tree 4 Whiskey Lima, Salt Lake Center. Squawk 5 Tree, Spice Spice. Tower on 119er, decimal 1 doctor, Spice 6 uniform.
Squawk 5. 3. One, 2, 3.
Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima, acknowledge last transmission.
1, 2, 3, 4. Got it.
Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima radar contact 3 miles south of 1 India Delta Niner, 8,800 feet.
I really need to not be
Altimeter
getting lost
29 decimal
here.
902.
Thank you.
Copy Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima.
I was actually changing my nav radio and not my transponder. Is how that happened. So yeah, I've got a there's a little wheel on the Saitek side panel that I have to set to plus and minus, which is interestingly the same. That is the same function that is mapped by default to the adjusting wheel on the Bravo throttle quadrant to the right of the autopilot panel. So if you have one of the autopilot selector things set to nothing, then you can use other buttons to choose what that plus and minus do. So I have the plus and minus mapped to a wheel on the Farm Simulator side deck, and use them mostly for controlling the radios. Also, the plus and minus buttons, very important if you are fast forwarding in this game, because that is how you increase or decrease the sim rate, is with the plus or minus buttons. I'm trying to think, what else do the plus and minus buttons do? I use them for... Yeah, so I use them for comms, nav, transponder. What else? The altitude, heading, airspeed, and vertical speed bugs can all be controlled with plus minus, as you can probably tell from the way that the Bravo throttle quad is set up. Do I really need to go through this pass through Incom? Oh, there's a airplane up ahead of me. Yeah, I can just keep flying straight and I'll get there. I don't need to actually buzz Pocatello's airspace. I don't think y'all really want to be around for this entire flight, if I had to guess. So I will bring you all in, probably land... Oh.
Charter 84 X-regular 400 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain flight level 330.
Not me. I'll probably bring y'all in when we're about to land in Blackfoot, I think. Yeah, I'll see y'all then.
Salt Lake Center, Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima, cancel flight following. Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima, Salt Lake Center, cancellation received. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
Yeah, Carly. 1228. Oh, I don't know what the weather is here. Let's plan for runway 1 and Full stop. Let's go ahead and announce our position because I'm pretty sure it's right down there.
Uniform 02 traffic Diamond November Tree 4 Whiskey Lima 1 miles south, 8,200 feet inbound to land runway 1.
Apparently I'm south of them, so we're going in the right direction. Huh, thought I was there already. That must be the other airstrip that I was seeing down there. Or just a road. Also, as you can tell, we got a little bit too close to the clouds. So we picked up a little bit of ice just on the windshield. The wings seem fine. But, yeah, not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Pop outside. You can see Pocatello layout behind us. We're following Interstate 15 to the north, looking for Blackfoot and the associated airport. Oh, this ice. Oops. Alright, so we should see the airport somewhere up ahead of us. There's I-15. I assume this must be Blackfoot then, so airport. Probably that right there. That looks airportish. Hard to tell with the ice, but it looks vaguely airport shaped. And the runway's pointed in the right direction. I do believe that is our airport. Alright, cool. We might be able to just make a straight in. Alright, let's prep for landing. Go ahead and throw the carb heat on. And get our fuel pump on as well. Save the landing light for a little bit later, once we're like, closer to the pattern. Let's go ahead and pop out our approach flaps just to let us descend without gaining too much speed here. Basically using our approach flaps as brakes. Like you do.
Uniform 02 traffic Diamond November Tree 4 Whiskey Lima 7 miles south, 8,200 feet inbound to land runway 1.
And we're just kind of guessing on which runway is active based on which one's active in Pocatello. So I might be totally wrong. We might have to go around. Doesn't super matter to me. Doesn't sound like there's anyone else attempting to land here right now. And we are on AI traffic, so not going to be any like human-controlled planes that are just going to surprise us out of nowhere. Is that a Vassie? Ooh, that would be super handy. Vassie or a Pappy. I never remember the difference. I think Pappy is when they're lined up like that. It's definitely our runway. So yeah, I think that's a Pappy. I think Vassie is when they're stacked on top of each other. No idea. Alright, if I screw this up, this is going to be like the easiest landing ever. From this distant setup with this angle, this should be a breeze. If I mess this up, I'm terrible. Gotta keep some heat going in the, don't want to throttle down too much because we do need the actual, like, engine to stay warm. Not that I have to worry about shock heating this thing. Let's get the landing light on. Announce position again.
Uniform 02 traffic Diamond November Tree 4 Whiskey Lima 4 miles southwest, 6,500 feet inbound to land runway 1.
get off some speed. Drop some flaps. We are pretty high. Let's call final.
Uniform 02 traffic Diamond November tree 4 Whiskey Lima is on final runway 1 to land.
Still a bit high. But I feel good about this. Famous last words. Alright, let's do a little bit of a side slip. Whoop. Little squirrely, little squirrely. Not my cleanest landing. A little bit fast. But we dropped a lot of altitude very quickly, so, you know, it worked out. That'll do. Parking brake. Results to server. Aircraft still rented because there's uncompleted assignments. Background recording. Perfect. We will go ahead and shut the engine off to load our passenger. We'll leave that where it is. So nav lights off, setting our fuel pump off, as well as our avionics off. Oops, did I turn off the transponder? Apparently I did, that's fine. Alright, so that off, and then let's turn off the engine. There we go. Turn off the heater. And then I can turn off the battery. I'm surprised the game didn't try to end the flight right there. Alright, let's load up our passenger. Action, start flight. 1 passenger going to Idaho Falls, perfect. That was easy. Don't you wish people got in planes that fast in real life? Alright, so battery master, fuel pump, that's good. Let's, shouldn't need to choke because we were just running the engine. Boom, right on. Now we can turn the avionics on, turn our position lights back on, and we can turn our transponder to standby. Perfect. Okay. I'm satisfied. Let's get this thing back in the air.
Uniform 02 traffic Diamond November Tree 4 Whiskey Lima is taxiing to runway 1.
This is the flight that pays for our fuel. Actually, honestly, this plane uses so little fuel that we're not even... Like, this one passenger alone is enough to put us into the green. As far as money goes. Okay, let's announce our takeoff going straight out.
Uniform 02 traffic Diamond November Tree 4 Whiskey Lima taking off runway 1 straight out departure.
Altitude. Got it. Airborne. Flaps. Don't let the nose sink. Gosh, getting this plane to climb now is really difficult. Remember that, like, week where I had this plane before they messed up the center of gravity? Good times. Alright, let's swap ourselves to Salt Lake Center and get flight following again.
Salt Lake Center Diamond November Tree 4 Whiskey Lima is type Diamond 2 miles northeast of Uniform 02. Request flight following.
Diamond November Tree 4 Whiskey Lima, Salt Lake Center. Squawk 1464. Whiskey Lima radar contact 3 miles northeast of Uniform 025,200 feet.
Perfect.
Altimeter 29.902.
29.902.
Rudder 124, you are 400 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain flight level 350.
Kind of terrified at the idea of taking this plane into anywhere where it's going to have to do any serious climbing.
4 Whiskey Lima.
I think we can manage in the Missoula area.
Cessna 4
and up around
Salt Lake Center on
Glacier.
132.4.
Pretty sure we can handle those. Let's get the fuel pump off.
Descend and
Landing
maintain
light
flight
off.
level 3. Flight 0.124.
Going to 132.4 Cessna 48 Papa.
I'm going to keep following I-15 up to Idaho Falls. Alright. Got two more landings, one more takeoff to do tonight. Good progress, good progress.
Make left downwind runway 21 Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima.
Okay, so just left downwind, back to this runway. Got it. Got it. I am way too high in the air. Those clouds are way too close to me. I don't want more ice. So the reason my landing light's not just on all the time is, according to the docs I read about this plane, is the landing light kind of overtaxes the little alternator in this thing. So you really don't want to use it for more than about 5 minutes at a time. All right, let's descend a bit. What kind of altitude are we talking here? 4744. 4744. We're well above that.
Idaho Falls Tower, Cessna, November 4566 Tango, 15 miles northeast inbound ILS runway 21 approach.
Oh boy. All right.
Cessna, November 4566 Tango, Idaho Falls Tower. Cleared ILS runway 21 approach. Altimeter 29.9 or 21257 at 14.
I'm clicking the trim in the wrong way. I just realized why I'm having to fight the plane so much.
21 approach, Cessna 66 Tango.
That's how much it moves with one click. So it's not much of an adjustment. Let's bring the fuel pump on. And the carb heat on. How far away is that other plane? "15 miles northeast. Okay, he's a ways out, but he might still land before us. I don't see him. Alright, let's start working flaps. I need to be able to, like, drop down to the runway and land as soon as I get the clearance. One notch. We're going to be landing on the longer of the two runways down there. Still don't see the plane coming in on ILS. Next notch of flaps. Landing lights.
Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima cleared to land runway 21.
All right, turning base.
257 at 14.
Cleared to land runway 21 Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima.
We're gonna make this very tight because I don't know where that other plane is. I think I might see him. That might be another airport, though. Hard to tell. But we're not number 2, we're number 1. So the runway's ours. Still don't see him. Bounce. Nailed it.
Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima, contact ground on 121.7.
Got it.
121.7 for Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima.
Oh. Aircraft still rented. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Let's... carpet off. I want to see that other plane land. I haven't seen him at all since the 15-mile call out. Definitely not a jet, whatever it is. Wow, I was way more nervous than I needed to be about how close that guy was. That he hasn't appeared yet.
Cessna 66 Tango cleared to land runway 21. 1257 and 14.
It's a Cessna. Or is it like a
Cleared to land runway 21 Cessna 66 Tango.
GA Cessna or like a private jet Cessna? 1217. I still don't see him. Yeah, still nothing. This has to be a really little Cessna for us to not have seen him yet at all. Unless he landed behind me. No, I don't see him. presumably we're gonna have to wait for him to land before he can take off. So we kicked our passenger out and we've loaded up 35 kilos of cargo going to Dillon. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. 21, 21. Oh, it's a caravan. Neat. Okay, let's pop over to the tower frequency. There we go. I would like to take off.
Idaho Falls Tower Diamond November Tree 4 Whiskey Lima ready at runway 21 north departure.
Diamond November Tree 4 Whiskey Lima hold short runway at 21. Traffic assess the caravan on the runway.
Yep, holding short. So yeah, the game just crashed. It's actually like 2 days later now. But I'm going to finish this trip. So, Alt-Tab. Oh, nope, so I need to launch Sim Connect. And File. Action, Start Flight. Flight loaded. So, we did get one benefit to the game crashing and me coming back to finish this recording a couple days later. One, we're on live weather again, so that's nice. Two, the this isn't live time. It's like super late at night, and this thing's not rated for night flying, so it's I changed the time a little bit, but it's still live weather. Two, we were able to get another. We were able to get a passenger that's going to somewhere in Montana. So that helps. Also, can I adjust? Apparently, you can adjust your fuel and stuff. There we go. In the game. So, let's remember our fuel, 13.14 gallons. So we're going to boop our payload down to nothing to try and get the center of gravity a little bit better. So come on, there we go. Okay. Now, so cargo weight does not matter, and the game's clearly glitched out on the performance of this aircraft, so we're going to do that to hopefully get this thing flying a little bit better, less like a thrashing beluga. Start the fuel pump. Let's make sure the shut-off valve's open. All right, choke on. Start. Good start. Let's go for 1,000 RPM. Oh, we're already at 1,000 RPM. Perfect. All right, let's get the avionics on. Bring this to standby. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Make sure we can turn the choke off now. Okay. Basically ready to taxi already. Let's get the ATC up. Idaho Falls ground 1, 2, 1. Actually, let's get the ATIS first. Okay, now, may I take off? Let's swap frequencies. Takeoff clearance, please.
Idaho Falls Tower Diamond November Tree, 4 Whiskey Lima ready for north departure at runway 21.
Diamond November Tree, 4 Whiskey Lima cleared for takeoff runway 21 departure to the north approved.
Ah, stuttering.
Cleared for takeoff runway 21 Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima.
Okay, let's get our lights on. Landing lights, strobe light. One notch flaps. I may be misinterpreting that, but does that windsock not appear that the wind is going in the complete opposite direction? No, okay, it's kind of a crosswind from the right. We got this. We got this. Oh yeah, that's flying much better.
Diamond 4 Whiskey Lima, continue for north departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Don't remember what pattern this airport has.
Idaho Falls Tower Diamond November Tree, 4 Whiskey Lima, continue for north departure.
So yeah, that was a tip that I got from another player in the forums, that you don't actually have to have the cargo weight correct to what FSEconomy is expecting. So if there's a plane where the cargo loaded in messes with the center of gravity, then you can just fix it. As long as the fuel matches, that's what's important. Let's make sure we got our RPM where we want them. Good. Stuttering. Oh my gosh, the stuttering has been awful in this game lately. Go ahead and open the hot air, and let's turn off the fuel pump and the landing light. We need to be following Interstate 15 here, which might be taking us into some interesting weather. stutter.
Diamond November 768 Lima Echo Tower. Cleared visual runway tree. 5 approach. Altimeter tree.
Oh my gosh.
0.18
Stabilize.
wind 257 at tree 2.
Stabilize. Stabilize. Stabilize.
Diamond 8 Lima Echo cleared to land runway tree 5.
Cool.
Wind 257 at tree 2.
25732. Oh, good. That's a mighty crosswind.
Clear to land runway tree 5, Diamond 8 Lima Echo.
Here's our runway. This is going to be a bumpy one. I'm just going to warn you now. Hey, rainbow. The game's been very stuttery this entire flight. I'm going to reload after we land and just turn off all traffic entirely. I've brought the clouds back down to high from ultra just to see if, because it's the stuttering seemed to be when it was loading in new weather, which was happening much more frequently than I expected. But every time it had a stutter, the clouds would change a bit. So I think it might be weather related, but I also think it might be loading in new airplane models as traffic gets to the edge of my radius. Alright, we really need to configure for landing, so let's get... Ooh. Alright, we've got 1 notch of flaps. Perfect, let's go for... Oh, let's go for some stuttering. Game, please. Game, please. Game, please. It's so smooth, and then it's so not. I'm so sorry. This footage must be unwatchable. Oh, there we go. Notch 2 of flaps. Got the carb heat on. Prop to full. Landing light on. Fuel pump on. Why are they landing me on this runway and not the crosswind runway? Well, if I'm not able to make this approach, we'll know what we know what we'll ask for. Alright, 1 hand on the throttle, 1 hand on the yoke. Gonna crab it a bit. Oof. Gonna grab it more than that. It's a really beautiful rainbow. I don't think this airplane's even rated to land in this kind of crosswind. Whoop, 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 whoop. Go around.
Diamond 8 Lima Echo exit runway when able.
Whew.
Diamond 8 Lima Echo contact ground on 122.8.
No, I'm going around, tower. Game, please, not this close to the ground. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I need you to not right now. Bring the flaps up 1 notch.
Diamond 8 Lima Echo acknowledge last transmission.
I'm not going to ground. I'm not on the ground.
122.8 for Diamond 8 Lima Echo.
Okay. Nearest airport list. Dillon. Request full stop landing.
Tower Diamond November 768 Lima Echo 1 miles north to land.
Diamond November 768 Lima Echo Tower. Fly left downwind, runway 35. Altimeter tree 0.18 wind 257 at tree 2.
Okay, that is absolutely not happening.
Fly left downwind, runway 35, Diamond 8 Lima Echo.
Okay, we're gonna just pretend they told me to land on the other runway. You know, the one that's facing into the wind. Flaps. Why does this one have a pappy? And the longer one doesn't. That's amusing. Really need you to not be doing this game. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Whoop. That wind.
Diamond 8 Lima Echo contact ground on 122.8.
Oh. I'm alive.
122.8 Diamond 8 Lima Echo. Ground Diamond November 768 Lima Echo request taxi to parking.
Diamond November 768 Lima Echo taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway cross runway 22 Alpha.
No idea what that's supposed to mean.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway cross runway 22 Alpha Diamond 8 Lima Echo.
Let's pop outside and see what the heck they're talking about. Parking brake. Results to server. Flight is logged. Airplane rented. Okay. Oh, the parking's directly in front of me. Okay. All the buildings are flat. Also, this airport definitely doesn't have a control tower. So, like, don't know who was telling me to, oh my gosh, game. I'm sitting still on the ground. Can we not? So, yeah, I don't know who was telling me what runway to land on. But, there's no tower here in the game or in real life. Okay. Let's get the light off. Let's get the fuel pump off. Let's get the strobe light off. Let's get the carb heat off. Let's get the trim reset back to neutral. And let's go ahead and just turn off the hot air for the cabin because I'm sure it got a little toasty in here. Let's taxi to parking. Also, let's retract the flaps. Ooh, it looks like we've got one of the flag people. I see what you want me to do, but I'm parking here instead. Sorry. Nailed it. Parking brake. Turn our nav lights off. Turn our avionics. Oh, right, I forgot to put you on standby, but we can just turn you off now. Game, please. Good? Good. Okay. So avionics off. Avionics off. There we go. And battery. No, we leave battery on. Key off. Game is like, we're done. We're not done. Engine stop, engine stop. Battery off. Fuel valve closed. Need to check something. No. Ah, gotcha. All right, so I have a mapping I need to fix between recordings. I forgot to unset the button on the left axis that just reduces throttle for hitting reverse in some planes. So, all good. We're parked. Now the weather's improving. I will see you all in the next episode when we either deliver the passenger I picked up in Idaho Falls or we leave him here and go somewhere else. I haven't decided yet. Thank you all so much for watching. My name's Eliodare. You can find me on the internet at Eliodare on Xbox Live, Nintendo Switch, Steam, Twitter, most importantly of all. I spend a lot of time on Twitter, so that's a great place to get a hold of me. Or you can just leave comments below the videos. I do still read them all because I'm a tiny channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and apologies again for the stuttering. I'll see if I can't figure out what's going on there. The fact that it's still happening when I'm sitting here suggests that it might be the traffic situation I was thinking of. It certainly seemed tied to multiplayer when I did it the other day, but it might just be a loading in other planes thing. We've had issues with that before. Seriously affecting performance. There's just less, there's just fewer of those planes in with AI traffic on. So we'll just turn them off entirely and see what happens. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.